But the good news is we're all friends, we're all family, we are the FutureNet family. If you're new for the first time here to learn and listening to us, we thank you for the time you've given us here. Somebody has invited you. They've thought a lot of you because they feel that what we share with you is something you might be interested in. They feel that you would be probably very successful at this. Otherwise, they wouldn't have shared it with you. They are offering you a gift of success, a gift of a lot of potential income can come to your household if you understand what I'm about to share with you right now. Because this program has changed the lives of not just hundreds or thousands or tens of thousands. We believe that we have tens of thousands of people, tens of thousands, living the lifestyle of a millionaire. And to live the lifestyle of a millionaire, you need $1 million in your bank account. You would be getting about $8,000 to $10,000 a month. So we have tens of thousands of people making more than $10,000 a month. We have some people making $1 million in a month. But for most people, it's right down to what you need to do. It's down to what you require. You need your own goals. So if you want maybe some help with your mortgage or your rent, or if you want just an easier lifestyle, maybe if you want $100 a week to pay the groceries, if you want $500 a week or $500 a month, there is no ceiling on what you can earn here, no ceiling. And you can have as much or as little as you so desire. So you need to tailor your plan to give you the reward you require. My job this evening is to present to you the company, the products and the range of products that we have, and the opportunity behind this. So without further ado, let me now please, I'm going to click the record button, because if we get a nice clean edit, if we get a nice fluent uninterrupted presentation, sometimes when you're working on the internet, you can have disruptions, you can have interruptions, you could have the internet pop off, you could have, there's various variables when you're dealing with the internet and a digital business. But provided we had a nice clean edit and we have it recorded, then we could all use this on a 24/7 basis. You could share the video anywhere in the world. So even when you're sleeping, people could be listening to your business. You could be developing an organization of customers and distributors right across the world, and you wouldn't have to say anything yourself. So, and that's one of the things I was teaching last night. We had a training event last night, and I was teaching the guys that the new people don't need to say anything. They don't need to share the facts and the figures and the business with anyone. The new people need to either just sell an event like tonight. So if you're new, I would be saying something like this. I would be saying to my good friend, I would say, David, how are you? David, are you interested in making more money in 2019 than you made in 2018? And David would go, well, yes, of course I am. I am interested in making more money next year than I made this year. Why? What have you got? I said, okay, I need you for approximately an hour. If I were to send you a link to a presentation that starts at 8 p.m. UK time, would you be able to watch it at 8 o'clock? Yes or no? Well, no, 8 doesn't suit. I'm doing this or I'm doing that, or yes, 8 suits. Okay, I would send them the link at about 15 minutes to 8 o'clock, and then I would ring him and I'd say, hi David, did you get that link? Yes. Okay, great. Let's make sure you get connected. Are you on the webinar? Fantastic. Yes, that's good. So okay, listen, this lasts for about an hour. I'll call you when it's finished. So really you haven't explained anything to David. All you've done is brought him to the presentation, and then the presentation does the work for you because you can't explain it if you're brand new. So consider if you're a guest right now, how would you explain it to somebody tomorrow? Send the video. It's the easiest thing in the world. Give me your best email address. Let me send you the video. Have a listen to that, and I'll call you in an hour. And the video or this presentation should explain to your prospect exactly what it is they need to see or hear to see if they're interested in the business. And that makes it duplicatable. That makes it that everybody can do it. Can you send a video? Yes. Can you watch a video? Yes. Well, if you can send a video and watch a video, you can do FutureNet. Okay? So it's as simple as that. that said, I'm now going to press the record button. So we haven't recorded any up to now. So it's almost 8:15. I do apologize. But again, we're friends. We're all making money and we don't mind. Let's hit the record button. Let's run through the presentation and let's give you some training on how to make $1 million with the FutureNet product packs. That's tonight's theme. So here we go. Well, thank you for joining us on this global webinar. We're here to share with you the opportunity known as FutureNet. We're going to look at a company that has been, I suppose, in conception from way back in 2012. It's been online now for many years. It has attracted more than 4 million users, and we've got some exciting information to share with you on this presentation. I want to thank you for joining us. And I would please ask you, after the show's over, after the presentation's over, please do me one big favor. Call the person that sent you to listen to this, thank them for the link, and get any valid questions that you might have answered. And of course, what we would love to see you is coming on board with us and enjoying the opportunity that lies within FutureNet. Now, if you're looking at any business, what you must consider is, what kind of business am I in? Well, ladies and gentlemen, traditional business is suffering immensely. Many big stores are going out of business. Many of the big shops are going out of business. There was a newspaper in my country went out of business this week in debt, $200 million. You can find that out on the news, $200 million in debt. One of the biggest newspaper circulations in our country is gone just this week. And that's because advertising is now moving to the internet instead of traditional methods like newspaper, television. The advertisers are moving their dollars onto the internet because you and I, we're always in front of the phone, aren't we? We're always on the internet. Every chance we get, we're jumping on this guy. We are Snapchatting, Instagramming, liking, sharing, posting, we're FutureNetting, we're Facebooking, we're all of these activities are social media activities, but the industry we are in is, I suppose, we're in the IT business, we're in the digital space, and the 6 of the top 10 companies today in the world, 6 of the top 10 companies in the world, have a look over here, Amazon. Amazon, the owner of Amazon is now the richest guy in the world, Jeff Bezos, yeah? What did he do? He's hurting business, traditional business, because he is just a fulfillment warehouse. He moves product from one customer to another. He doesn't have shops. He doesn't have the big overheads of running a conventional shop in a shopping mall or on a high street. He uses a warehouse and distribution model where product is shipped one to the other. He's now the richest man in the world. So Amazon is a phenomenal company, and I feel that FutureNet has an angle in that space as well. Apple, Google, isn't that amazing? I mean, what products do you buy from Google? Google is a digital product. It's essentially a search engine, and it's something we use and enjoy every day. Google is the #1 website in the world. Facebook didn't exist 15 years ago. It wasn't heard of 15 years ago. It started about 14 years ago. They started putting on members 12 years ago. I mean, it's a relatively new idea. So social media, Alibaba, Microsoft, all of these companies are the top 6. They're in the top 10 companies in the world. And that's because everything's changing. Think of companies like Uber. Uber wasn't around a few years ago, but now it's the biggest transportation or taxi company on the planet. Uber don't have any cars. Can you see how that's disrupted conventional business? It's disrupted the transportation and the taxi business. What about Airbnb? Airbnb is the world's largest accommodation provider, but they don't have any accommodation. They don't have any hotels. They are applications. It's technology is changing lives. Technology is actually putting your job or your business at risk. People are worried about, is my job going to be taken over by a robot? If you think about years ago, if you wanted to travel, you didn't go to the internet. You went to the travel agent. You went into the travel agent and you looked through a magazine to see where to go. They didn't even show you pictures on a computer. But today, if you want to travel, you can go to your own computer or phone. You can book a hotel or a flight anywhere in the world. You can print out a boarding card or use an app-based application with no paper. You can go to the airport. You can scan the barcode. It lets you through the security. You can go through there. You can go right up to the gate. The girl scans it again. So you didn't have to line up to check in. You didn't have to speak to anybody. And you've walked onto that plane effectively by yourself. There's so many jobs that have been missing. When you get to your destination, my passport allows me now to scan it on a machine. I look at a camera for two minutes or 30 seconds, and the security lets me into that country without even speaking to customs or speaking to immigration because of my special passport with a chip in it that now allows me electronically to get in. Think of all those jobs that are lost. Now that's just a sample. That's just one thing I thought of there now that would give you an idea of what's happening with traditional jobs, careers, business. High street businesses are hurting since, I suppose, the crisis of '07. Financial markets collapsed. Businesses are worried. They're worried about competition. They're worried about the internet. They're worried about, we spend so much time on the internet. We're now shopping online. We didn't do that 10 years ago. Some customers are walking into a shop and they're trying on the products, but then they go home and order them from home. They don't even engage in the shop. So that's what I'm saying. The space that FutureNet's in is this very special digital era, and it's an exciting space to be in. When you look at the numbers and the figures that's happening, if we just take the first three on the left, half the planet have an internet connection today. 4 billion people can get on the internet. Now, if you had a little shop or a little store in your town or city, you are limited to that amount of people. Whether it's 10,000 people live in your town or 100,000 live in your small city or 10 million, you're limited to 10 million people that could potentially shop in your store. But on the internet, you have access to 4 billion. Half the planet can shop with you. And that's a major change in business and retail. Facebook have 2.3 billion accounts. Now that's 1/3 of the planet have a Facebook account. Isn't that incredible? And Instagram, for instance, uploaded 90 million photographs today. 90 million photographs were uploaded in Instagram today. Now, I go back to the old days of the camera. It was quite exciting when, it wasn't Kodak, but it was one of those companies where when you took the photograph, out of the machine came zzz, and it developed in front of your eyes. Do you remember those? That was a major shift in technology. But you couldn't transport that photograph to anybody unless you put it in an envelope and posted it. Today you can snap, you can photograph, you can email, shift it around. Digital is changing everything, and that's the space we're in, guys. You need to understand that. On top of that, we are in the online advertising world, which is a $1.3 billion business per day. 1.3 billion is spent on online advertising every single day. We are in the application business. We have produced phenomenal applications in terms of games, cloud, many applications, including Banners app that we'll show you on this presentation. This is a big area where lots of profits can be earned with applications. We are involved in blockchain and cryptocurrency. It doesn't apply in all jurisdictions, but in some markets, this is a phenomenal product, and FutureNet have done exceptionally well. We are involved in the home-based business. Many of you listening to this are doing it from your home. It's from your home-based office. You don't need shops, rent, rates, staff, deliveries, shipping, insurance, employees. You don't need that overload. And this business, this space of home-based business is growing and growing and growing and growing and growing. Why? because businesses are downsizing and downsizing and downsizing because they don't need the people they used to. Even in the car manufacturing world, these cars are being made by robots. They've done away with the human element. So people are worried about that. Think about students. Students are going through college. They're building up bills of $30,000 for 3 years to go to university. And they're coming out of university with all the certificates and no place to work. They're setting themselves up essentially for failure because they don't even know how to get it up. They don't even know if there's a placement for them. And they've no way of paying back this $30,000 of debt they've created just for becoming a student. So more and more people are getting excited about home-based business. I'm going to tell you this. There are more millionaires made in this kind of business we're about to show you than any business in the world. I don't care if you're talking about the oil business, real estate business, the gold business, all the big businesses. There are more entrepreneurs becoming millionaires through home-based business, and that's what FutureNet specializes in. Home and small-based businesses, that's what we're all about. We're involved in the games business. We're also involved in social media, and social media is spectacular. So that's a little bit about the area, the space that we find ourselves in. Very exciting. On top of that, let me tell you now a little bit about FutureNet and where it's based. We are based in Dubai. And the reason we're in Dubai, apart from, I suppose, the company gets many benefits from banking and other tax advantages from that jurisdiction, I assume, but location-wise, we're dealing with a place that's in the center of East and West, essentially. You know, FutureNet's main business is coming from Asia today. Probably 85% of the FutureNet business is coming from China, in fact, and I suppose Asia. But to be positioned in Dubai allows our founders and our owners to be able to pop into Europe quite handy, or pop over to Hong Kong or into China as well. So strategically, it's a great business location. Also, we're now dealing with a company that Dubai's a jurisdiction we know. It's not some remote island that we've never heard of. So it's good that we're positioned here, but we also have what we call regional support offices in many other countries as well, across Europe and also Asia as well. Now, it does say here 200 plus employees. That's correct. However, it's probably closer to 400 employees when you take the whole ecosystem of FutureNet. The 200 employees, I mean, we've nearly that housed in one location. If you take one of our cafes, for instance, we have 70 employees in one of our cafes, in our restaurants, 70 employees. So how could we only have 200? It's much bigger number, but it's a growing company. As the company expands, we've now hit over 4 million accounts. That's incredible. We're doing it between 5,000 and 10,000 accounts per day. With that growth also comes challenges. Recently we've realized, I suppose in the last 3 or 4 months, one of our products is congested. There's that much interest in it, that much use on it. So we have a few challenges with one of our products, but we're going to rectify that very, very soon. I would suggest probably in the next 3 weeks we'll see a migration to our new Future Ad Pro 2. I've been invited to the head office the first week of December to do videos on the new product. So I guess as soon as those videos are ready, they will switch that over, and we're all looking forward to that. We operate in about 180 different jurisdictions, different countries, and that's exciting because now you can have a business wherever you live, but all over the world. So that's better than the shopkeeper in your local town or city, because their business is just in that city or that town. Your business here with FutureNet is all over the world. I have customers in the United States. I have customers in China. I have customers in Korea. I have customers in Poland. I have customers in Ireland, England. I have customers in Germany. I have customers in Georgia. I have customers in Iran. I have customers in Iraq. I have customers in India. I have customers all over the world. But I haven't been to those countries myself. I can do it. with a smartphone and an internet connection. That's the power of the business we share with you. And also it says here that we are in the top 20 direct selling companies. Well, that's a little bit, I suppose, too far off the mark. In fact, we are currently number 2 direct sales company on the planet. Now, according to Alexa Ranks, they're an independent company that rate various websites, and we are number 2 in the world. Isn't that incredible? In fact, of all the websites in the world, we are in the top 5,000 websites. And I mean, it was my son said to me, Dad, 5,000 in the top 5,000, that's not very good. And I said, why is it not very good, son? And he says, well, 5,000 is a big number. I mean, I thought you'd be higher. And I said, no, son, there are 2 billion websites, 2 billion. If we were in the top 1 billion websites, we would be in the top 50% visited websites in the world if we were in the top 1 billion. But if we were in the top 1,000 websites or 100,000 websites in the world, that would be great. If we were in the top 100,000 websites in the world, that's great. If we were in the top 10,000 websites in the world, that's brilliant. We are in the top 1% probably of websites in the world because we're now within the top 5,000 most visited websites on the planet. And these are independent viewers. This is not me logging in twice. That doesn't count. Alexa ranks brand new impressions on the site, and this is a very cool ranking, and we're very proud of that. And we've done that with a .club website. Can you imagine if we used .com? How many people would trip across our website? We would shoot right up those ranks. With a .club website, this is fantastic. We're very proud of that. And we want to thank you guys for helping us make that possible. Now, here's the 2 guys that created the idea. 2 wonderful, what would be the word, entrepreneurs, masterminds, very, very, very clever guys. And I suppose the marriage of their dreams, the marriage of their thoughts, the marriage of their ideas has come so successful that many, many people have done so well with them. We have Stefan, who's from Germany. We've got Roman, who's from Poland. Of course, they both live in Dubai. Part of their license is to live in Dubai at least 6 months of the year. So that's where they live. But of course, we see them all over the world. They come to major events that we do, and very open and very, very reachable. Now, what else does FutureNet do? Well, we spend a lot of money advertising on, I suppose, sporting companies and individuals. We sponsor about 35 individuals or teams at the moment. We sponsor Stuttgart, who are in the Bundesliga in Germany. So if I was showing my friends FutureNet for the first time, I would find out when Stuttgart are playing on television, because they play at home every other week. So they play at home, then they play away, then they play at home, then they play away. So if they're playing at home and they're on TV, around the stadium goes FutureNet, FutureNet. You can see this around the stadium. So if I was sharing the business with someone, I would make sure there was a football game on sometime during my presentation, that I could say, have a look at this. Because when you show someone the business and it's on the internet, they have this kind of feeling, well, I don't really know, is this a real company? Well, we are very, very real. You will see us in many, many sporting fraternities. You will see our name on football shirts, football shirts, racing, basketball, netball. There's so many things and many more to come. Boxing as well. And FutureNet do that to help you, to make this business easier for you. They do a lot with this branding as well. We have, I mentioned earlier, some restaurants and cafes. The idea of this is, again, that if there was a FutureNet cafe in your town, well, that's the place to meet someone. I'll meet you at the FutureNet cafe. I'll show you how it all works. And of course, we'll have a coffee in the FutureNet cafe. Now, we have FutureNet mugs in our house. So if you were having a cup of tea in my house, I'm going to serve the tea in a FutureNet mug. And you might say to me, what's FutureNet? I said, have you not heard about it? I go, no, I've never heard of that. So this gets me customers simply by having a FutureNet mug. We have 7 FutureNet mugs in the house. We have many, many products as well. I'll tell you about them. You should get your hands on the FutureNet magazine. Again, this is great because trying to do business on the internet is one thing, but if you sit with someone and show them the FutureNet magazine, all about the different sports and the various things that we do, it's absolutely fantastic having this magazine if you can get your hands on that. And it'll help you close business. It gives people a reference point. It has the owners on the front of the magazine. We're also featured on business magazines as well. We were featured in the top business magazine in Poland just last month. Funny enough, I was able to see that at the airport when I was traveling recently. I could see the owners in the magazine rack in one of the shops at the airport. So that's pretty cool. The idea here is for the entrepreneurs within the community, if you'd like to have a FutureNet cafe, in the future, obviously next year possibly, we're going to roll out a franchise model, and that franchise model is to generate revenues to support the models that we operate. And of course, we're very proud of our FutureNet Foundation. You'll find that the owners now are ambassadors and goodwill ambassadors for INSAM United Nations, and that's a great badge to wear, and you can find out more about all of that stuff on our website. Now, what I'd like to do now is move towards our opportunities inside FutureNet. So please allow me now to go to the flip chart and describe to you some of our products that we have and how you can build an income with us. So what I need to do now is go to video chat. There we go, and you should have me now in full screen. So we have a range of different products. We have physical products, digital products, we have advertising products, we have cryptocurrency, which is a digital product. And I'm going to show you now how to make $1 million simply by buying $185 worth of products and helping us build a community of customers. So I'm going to say that again. I'm going to show you right now how to make $1 million simply by purchasing $185 worth of our products and helping us build a customer and distributor base around it. Let's have a look and see, can you do it? Now, if you were to spend just $10 and buy some FutureNet products, just $10, we give you what's called 1,000 media points for that $10. And you can take those media points, go to our website and buy some products. Now you can use all of the $10 on our digital products. Products like cloud, video email, landing pages, blogging service, and of course we're going to build a library of more products that you can spend your 1,000 points with. Now if you went into a local shop, many of the local retail shops, if you spend $10 with them, they give you 10 points. And if you come back again, they give you more points and they give you more points. And the idea is sometime in the future, they're going to give you a benefit. Many shops like, I suppose, Tesco in Europe, when you shop there, they give you points. I'm sure in the United States, we've got the big stores that do that as well. But it's a very popular mechanism. Now, because we're shopping on the internet, if you spend $10 on the internet with FutureNet, we give you 1,000 points immediately. And you can spend it immediately. You don't have to keep it or wait any period of time. You can spend this 1,000 points immediately. You can buy our digital products, which I've just told you about, or you could use it to buy some of our physical products. These are FutureNet branded products. Products like the FutureNet baseball hat. Now, you might say, I don't wear a baseball hat. Well, I don't wear a baseball hat, but if I have this baseball hat, my friend will say to me, is this a golf company? And I go, what company? A golf company? No, no. This is FutureNet. Have you not heard of FutureNet? No, how does that work? Let's have a cup of coffee and I'll explain it to you. And I'll sit down with a FutureNet mug and have a cup of coffee with it about a FutureNet hat. So this hat gets me customers. You see, I didn't have to ask my friend about FutureNet. He asked me because he saw FutureNet. So we have FutureNet branded products. Yeah, some people will say, what's that aftershave you're using? I say, I use FutureNet. You use FutureNet? What's FutureNet? You haven't heard about FutureNet? Let's have a coffee and I'll show you. So by simply buying FutureNet products, we do FutureNet clothes. I have FutureNet shirts. We do FutureNet cell phones, smartphones. They are Android phones. We do memory sticks and memory pens. We do ordinary pens. Let me show you. We do a range of pens. So let's say we were friends and we were out talking. I would leave my pen on the table and I would say to you, I'd say, excuse me, will you pass me my FutureNet pen? You go, what pen? Will you pass me my FutureNet pen? And they go, what's FutureNet? Thanks for asking. Let me show you. So buying our physical products is a great way to help you build a business because people are going to ask, what's FutureNet? So I have every FutureNet product. We have FutureNet jewelry, we have FutureNet, we have all of their products. You'll find them in our back office. Now, with the $10, you can only use 25% of the points on any one order. So I'll give you an example. Let's say this is $10. Well, you can use 250 media points and give them $750 for the hat because you can use 25% of your points for physical products. You can use 100% of these points for digital products. You can use 50% of these points to advertise on our social media site. So if you had a business or a charity or something you wanted to advertise, let's say you want to spend $10 on our website, well, you can use 500 media points and give FutureNet just $5 because you're using half your media points to pay for it. So for advertising, you can use half your media points. Now remember, this is to advertise on our social media platform where you like, share, post, and comment. This is not our advertising ad pro product. So you can use 50% for advertising, 25% for any order for physical products, and you can use 100% of them on any order for digital products. So you're really spending $10 to buy our products. Now when you do that, what happens is FutureNet will place you directly into their software for free. And that's what the big shops do as well. When you spend $10 in their store, they will give you a little card and say, here, let me scan that for you. There's some points. The more you shop, we'll give you some benefits later. With FutureNet, when you shop, we give you the points immediately and you go buy something. That's how it works. Now, in our software, there are 3 empty locations immediately behind you. Just 3 empty locations. And customers from anywhere in the world, when they go shopping on FutureNet and spend $10, they fall in here. The first customer goes here, the second customer goes there, and the third customer will fall in there. Let's say you shared this with a 4th customer, number 4. Number 4 cannot get in here because those positions are taken in our software. Number 4 customer must go somewhere behind these 3. And here's the good news. FutureNet will give you 5% of every single customer spend within our 3x10 product pack compensation plan. 3 to the power of 10. So any customer anywhere in the world that falls into our software behind you, you are entitled to 5% of what they spend. Now I'm going to give you an example. Imagine you went into your local shop and you bought $100 of food. And as you leave the shop and put the food in your car to go home, the next customer that comes through the cash register or the till, if they spent $100, FutureNet gives you $5 on what they spend. And then the next customer that comes through, you get paid on that one. And the next customer, and the next customer, and the next customer. We pay you on up to 88,572 customer accounts. The maximum amount of customer accounts we can fit in our software is 88,572. Now you can do this on a calculator, 3 to the power of 10, 3, 9, 27, 81, and all the customers fill up. The maximum amount of customers that can fit in the software behind you, that's every one of you, is 88,572. We can't get any more customers into this. Now, it's the same with the big store. The big store in your town, the big market, can only have 1,000 customers or 2,000 customers. There's not enough car park spaces to get any more customers in. It's busy when there's 2,000 people. But because we're on the internet, we only get busy when 88,000 customers join the software after you. That's how it works. Now, you're getting 5% of every spend. The customers in this example are spending just $10 on some products. So you're getting 5% of $10, which means you get 50 cents on every single customer that falls in the structure behind you. When you multiply 50 cents times 88,000 potential customers, your potential income is $44,000 and some extra. Isn't that incredible? Now, let's consider what's happened here. You've gone online, you've spent $10 to buy products from FutureNet. FutureNet will give you 1,000 points, which gives you time to go and buy the products you want, okay? So you can leave those points there for a while and just check what you want to buy, digital products, physical products, or you can use it for advertising on our site. Now, once you spend that $10, you automatically fall into our software for free. There's no charge for this. We put you in for free, and we track the business that follows you. Any other customer that falls into the structure behind you, you're entitled to 5%, and you get that on every customer through 10 generations of referrals. The total potential customer base is 88572. You're getting 5% of everything they spend. It's only $10 in this example. You're getting 50 cents on every single customer. Your potential income is $44,000. Now tell me this. Where in the world can you buy anything for $10 and get the potential to make anything from 150 cents all the way up to $44,000? Where can you do that? Incredible. On top of that, the company will give you a 10% check match bonus on anyone you introduce yourself to the idea. So let's say you shared this with me, you would get a $10% check match bonus on whatever I would earn. If I make $1,000 this week, you get a $100 bonus on top of this. Every time I get paid, you get paid. So you get a 10% check match if you spend $10 on any customer you bring to this. And that's incredible. Now, of course, there's other customers who want to spend more than that. If you wanted to spend another $25, a total of $35, what we'll do now is we'll give you 2,500 media points. And now you know what you can do with the points. You can go and buy products with them, digital products, physical products, or advertise on our site with that. And if you spend that $25, what we'll do is we will place you in this software for free. So now you're in here and you're in here. Okay? Because you spent $10 to get into this software program. You spend another $25 as one of our customers. We'll put you in here. If you don't buy products, you can't get into our software. If you spend money on FutureNet, we will put you into the software for free. So what actually happens here? Well, the exact same thing. There are 3 empty locations behind you. And now you're getting 5% of every $25 order. 5% on every customer anywhere in the world that comes online and buys $25 worth of product, provided they fall into the structure behind you, you're getting 5% on every customer. Now, I've already told you that inside here, we can store 88,572 customers. That's the maximum. You're getting 5% of every $25 spent. So 5% of $25 gives you $1.25 on every customer order. Whether you know these customers or not. If they're in the software behind you, you get paid. Now, when you multiply 88,000 by $1.25, your potential earnings here is somewhere between $1.25 for just one single customer, right up to $110,000 if we fill the customer base. So for $35, your potential earnings is something between 50 cents and a massive $150,000. Now, there's a home-based business. You spend $35 once in your life. You don't have to spend it tomorrow or ever again. It's a one-time product order to get the potential to make $150,000. But guess what? Now you get a 20% check match. Because you're going into 2 programs, the company gives you 20% of the income of any of the customers you brought to this program. If you introduce me and I make $1,000 this week, you get a $100 bonus this week. If I make $500 the next week, you get $100. You get 20% of everything the person you introduce makes through this program. It's incredible. Now, let's do the third program. The third program is for those customers that spend a total of $85. $10 put you in here, $25 worth of products put you in here, and $50 worth of products, we give you 5,000 more points. So you have 8,500 points to buy products with. And of course, if you spend that extra $50, you're getting added to our software for free. You fall in here. Everybody in the world, system is the same. Everybody gets the same system. You don't have to pay for this system. There's no monthly fees. There's no annual renewals. We give this for free to every customer that spends money with us. If you spend $85, you're now in these 3 programs. There you are. There are 3 empty locations for the first 3 customers behind you. And as this fills up with customers, you're now getting 5%, but this time you're getting 5% of every $50 spent. Now, can you work out what 5% of $50 is? Well, 10% of $50 is $5. So 5% of $50 is $2.50. So your potential is 88572 customers by $2.50 would give you somewhere in the region of $220,000 income just from this program on its own. Now, of course, when we add all 3, when we add this program to this and to this, the total potential earnings is something between 50 cents for one customer in here right up to $375,000. What did you spend? You spent $85 once in your life. That was it. You bought some product from FutureNet. We popped you in there for free. You started building a customer base. The organization starts to grow, and you're getting paid on every single client that comes online and follows into that structure after you. That is incredible. I'm going to do one more because we actually have 6 of these programs. Tonight I'm going to feature just 4. So our next program is for those customers that spend $185 in total. So 10 plus 25 plus 50 plus 100, that's $185. Most families on the planet can afford that. It's not going to put you out of the house. It's a very simple system. You spend $185. Now you get into 4 of these programs for free. And any other customer that follows you into this, you're getting 5% of every $100. Now, can you work out what 5% of $100 is? It's very easy. 5% of $100 is $5. So your potential here for just one customer is $5, but you can earn 88572 times $5, which would put you somewhere in the region of $440,000 income potential out of this one alone. When you now add all 4 programs together, this one plus these 3, you're looking at an $800,000 business. $800,000 business potential. Now, what did I say before I started this? I said I'm going to show you how to make $1 million, not 800,000. So where does the other 200,000 come from? I've only shown you so far one income stream. With FutureNet, there are about 15. I've just shown you one. When you add the check match bonus, because what happens here is you get a 10% check match bonus if you spend $10. You get a 20% check match if you spend $35. You get a 30% check match if you spend $85. And you get a 50% check match if you spend $185. That means every customer you share this with, you're getting a 50% equal check match on whatever they earn. Let's make a suggestion. Hypothetical example. You picked up the phone 1 hour ago and asked me to listen to this. I listened to it, I go, wow, sounds interesting. I'm going to get started. You send me a link, I register for free. I go online and I buy some products from FutureNet. I want a couple of shirts, I'll have some aftershave, I want to advertise my business on their website. I would like to try cloud. I'm too many books and files and projects. I want to store my stuff and I'll buy some cloud digital products. So just using those media points, I come into the business and I start building the business. Let's suggest I made $1,000 this week. The company, on top of this $800,000, will give you a 50% check match what I make. Now, it doesn't come out of your pocket. It comes out of the company's pocket. So if I make $1,000, how much do you get this week? An extra $500. You get your own check plus $500, an equal 50% check match of what I earn. Next week I make another $1,000, you get another $500. The next week I make $2,000, you get $1,000. A 50% check match for any customer that you bring to this yourself. This is to incentivize you to spread the word. You see, instead of paying TV, instead of paying magazines, instead of paying newspapers, instead of paying the radio, we pay you to spread the word. We pay you to recommend our products and services, and you get up to a 50% check match. Now, your total spend was $185 once in your life. No rent, no rates, no staff, no wages, no insurance, no products to buy and sell. You simply ask people, could you watch this video for me? It lasts approximately 45 minutes. And I'll give you a call after and tell me if you're interested in getting started. And if that's all you said to people and shared this link, if you share this to 100 people, do you think you get 3 or 4 that might say yes? Well, you only need 3. And if everybody gets 3, this business builds. So what I'd like to do now is I'd like to show you how to do this. It's very easy. What you need to do is you need to get yourself a diary. Yeah? You want to get yourself a 2019 diary. And inside this diary, you want to go to Tuesday evening, and every Tuesday at this time, you block out webinar. Yeah? Because if I'm not traveling, this happens every single week. Live webinars like this. If you can't make that, you get the recording, and then you show and share and watch the recorded version. Now, so you get the diary, that's time for business. But before Tuesday, on Monday, you need to invite people and send them the link and get them connected to listen to this. That's your job. You just bring some customers. Now, I know that you know at least 1,000 people. Yeah? You know at least 1,000 people. Some people say, well, I don't know that many people. Yes, you do. I mean, if you were married, you probably have 200 or 300 people at your wedding. If you have a Facebook account, you've probably 400 or 500 friends. If you went to school, you've probably 100 people at your school. If you have an older brother or sister or younger brother and sister, you probably know some of their friends. You have 200 or 300 people in your family. You have Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, social media. You have, everybody knows 1,000 people. And if you don't know 1,000 people, if I were to give you $10 for every name you wrote on a piece of paper, how many names would you come up with? You'd be writing all night. Your finger would be sore writing because you were getting $10 for every name. Well, this is what I want you to do. I want you to pretend you're not getting $10. I want you to pretend you're getting $100 for every name you write down. And I want you to write down 1,000 names in this diary. Now, don't tell me you have the 1,000 names on your phone. Yeah? That doesn't count. Take them out of your phone and put them in the diary. Do 150 tonight, 150 tomorrow, 300 next weekend. Build this up to 1,000 names. Then what you do is you highlight the first 100 people you're going to talk to. And you say, this guy's a school teacher. I want to talk to him. He'd be great. He can stand in front of a room. He can conduct himself. I want this guy's involved in direct sales. This is a big person in our community. This would be great for the business. So go through these 100 names and identify who you're going to speak to. Now, when you show this video to 100 people, some people will say yes, some people will say no, and some people won't look at it. That's the only 3 results. Some people will say yes, some people will say no, and some people won't look at it. Is that true? Okay. If you send this video to 100 people, do you think out of 100 we might get 3 to say yes? I'd like to make $1 million. You see, where did the $1 million come from? It was the 800,000 we calculated. 800,000 we calculated, plus the check match bonus. It's going to be more than $1 million if you do this. More than $1 million. So that's why you need to put $1,000 on every name you write down. Every name you write down is worth $1,000. Here's why. Because if you only get 3, that say yes, you are on your way to $1 million income. With 3 people that say yes, even if 97 said no or didn't open the link. Now, here's my next question. How long would it take you to find these 3 people to say yes? Bearing in mind it's worth $1 million. You would do it today. If not, you would do it tomorrow. If not, you would certainly do it this week. And if you're really, 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 really busy, it might take you 2 weeks to do this. Find 3 customers for $185. And if you're really, 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 really busy, you could find 3 customers in 1 month. Would that be it? It's not going to take a month to send a video out to 100 people. You could send a video out to 100 people at the click of a button. So let's say we only got 3 customers on board each. And let's say it took us 1 month. Do you think that's feasible? Do you think that's possible? Do you think that's realistic? So what do we do now? Well, we've started our new business. We've got 3 customers. And we teach them the same system. These 3 customers know 1,000 people each. So you've got to write down the list. Out of the list, then you prioritize the first 100 that you're going to show this to. And out of 100, if you only got 3, if these guys only found 3 customers, you would have 9 new customers. And let's say it took them a month to find their 3, because it took you a month. So keep the example the same. If it takes you a month to find 3 customers for $185, it will take them the same. What do we teach these new people? Yeah, they're looking at this 2 months from now. We teach them to write down this list of 1,000 people, to identify them, and then to send that out, or introduce them to your upline, bring them to a live event, bring them to a presentation, show them, do something. But you're going to get 3 out of 100 all day. 3 nines is 27, so in the next month you now have got 27 brand new customers. You have a total of 39 customers in your business. What do you do now? You keep the system the same. You see, systems work, people fail. People fail at work. People fail at sport. People fail in their marriages. People fail in their businesses. But systems work. And if you have a system, it duplicates and duplicates and duplicates. If you don't have a system, it doesn't work. McDonald's have a system. Yeah? It's a big M outside every shop. It's a uniform, the same in every shop. It's a cash till receipt, the same in every McDonald's. It's a menu, the same. It's a Big Mac is the same. It's got seeds on the bun. You can't go into McDonald's and say, hello, can I have a hamburger, please? And I don't want any seeds on the bun. It's not possible because every McDonald's hamburger has seeds on the bun. It's a system that replicates everywhere. Every McDonald's you go to is the same in New York, London, Paris, Dublin, doesn't matter. It's the same wherever you go. It's a system that replicates, and they open multiple branches. This is a system that replicates if you want to open multiple branches. If you change the system, you get a different result. It's the same as baking a cake. Yeah? My mother-in-law is a great baker. She bakes a lovely cake. If you change the ingredients with less flour, more milk, not enough eggs, and if you put it in the oven too long, you're going to get a totally different result than my mother-in-law. You've got to bake the cake the same to get the same result every time you bake the cake. You've got to do the same activity every time, but you only have to do this once. You only need to find 3 customers. You don't need 10 customers or 20 customers or 100 customers. You need to find 3 customers that say yes. And you might have to show it to 100. Now, why do you have to do this system? Because I know people will fail. And here's why. Because you won't do this system. You'll say, I'm not writing 1,000 names. Well, guys, every one of those names was worth 1,000 to you. And I'll tell you why in a minute. Because if you do write the names and you call 3 people, and you show this to 3 people, and they go, the first one goes, I don't understand it. The second one goes, oh, I'm too busy. The third one goes, oh, I'm not too sure, I'll think about it. You've spoken to 3 people, and all 3 have said no. What are you going to do with this business? You're going to say it doesn't work. But of course it works, because if you do it this way, when you have 1,000 names, and all 100 say no, you still 900 more names. The business has more to go. Does that make sense? If you opened a new shop, and the first 3 customers come into your new shop and tried on the clothes and didn't buy anything, do you close your shop? No, you need more customers. So this process gets the result. 1,000 names written down. Not on a phone, written down. Then you sit down with the person that introduced you and identify the best 100 to show this to. With that 100, we're looking to get 3. Now, the first 7 I showed it, all 7 said yes. The first 7 people, all 7 said yes. You mightn't get those results, but I'm using a formula, 1,103. If you get 3 yeses for $185, and if everybody follows this system, you make $1 million. And you make it in 10 months. But here's why. These new people following this system, there are 81 new customers in 4 months from now. Why? Because 27 people just like you found 3 to say yes. If they follow that system, we have 243 new customers in 5 months. Wow. If they follow that system and they all find us just 3 customers, because you only did 3, you didn't do 4, you only found 3 customers. So let's say they follow the system and find 3. Now you have 729 customers in 6 months from now. If these guys find 3 customers, you've got 2,187 customers in 7 months. If these 2,000 brand new people, just like you're new right now, if they just find us 3 customers using the system, how many customers do you think come in the next month? 7 threes is 21. 3 eights is 24. 3 sevens is 21. 3 eights is 24 and 2 is 26. 3 ones is 3 and 2 is 5. 3 twos are 6. 6,500 brand new customers join your business, and you don't know any of them because these new guys only found 3 customers each. You only found 3. They found 3. They found 3. Everybody produces 3. We work together. We all carry the load together. Everybody produces just 3 customers. These guys find 3 customers, and in 8 months from now, how many customers in your business? About 9,000 customers in total. It's not finished because we follow the system. McDonald's don't open a different type of restaurant with a big W outside it. It's a big M. They copy the system. So 3 ones is 3. 3 sixes are 18. 3 fives are 15 and 1 carried over is 16. 3 sixes are 18 and 1 is 19. In month 9, if everybody follows this system, you have 19,683 brand new customers come into your business. You're getting paid on every customer that spends money on FutureNet. Last one, because our software is 3 to the power of 10. This is 3 to the power of 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We pay on the next generation of customers. So if these new guys who start 9 months from today, if they bring us 3 customers using this system, 3 3s are 9, 3 8s are 24, 3 6s are 18, and 2 carried over is 20, 3 9s is 27, and 2 is 29, 3 1s is 3, and 2 is 5. And that is 10 months from now. If you add all of these numbers, 3, 9, 27, 81, 243, 729, 2187, 6561, 19683, 59049, if you add all of that up, and you can take a photograph now and do that, the number you will find is 88572 total customers that we can fit in our software. Where did you see that number before? 88572, 88572. We can't put any more customers in the software. How many of these 88572 customers did you bring to the table? 3. 3. You sent them a video and said, watch this. And if everybody followed that program, you would make $800,000 plus you would make 50% of what these 3 guys made as well. If they go and make $800,000, you're going to get $400,000 on each of them. Whatever they get, you get a 50% check back. Now that's starting at $185. If you do 10% of what I described, $1 million income, if you do 10% of what I described, you'll make $100,000. If you do 10%, $100,000. That's 10% of $1 million. So 10% would be, get rid of them, take off that last one. If you only brought in, I don't know what that is, 6 or 7 or 8,000 customers, in your whole organization, you'd make $100,000. This business changes lives. We have more bonuses on top of this, but I wanted to focus on that tonight. And I'll tell you why, because we are about to launch some super products based on our Matrix program where you get this every month, a monthly income. This is a one-off income I've described, but if we put a product in there every month that you might order, then you get paid every month, these type of incomes. It's incredible. So guys, I want to leave it there. I think that is enough for this period. I've used tonight as a overview of our company. I've talked lightly on some of our products and some of our areas. I focused tonight specifically on this side. I've had a lot of requests recently to do this for a $185 business. Of course, you could do more. We have 6 programs. Tonight I shared 4. You can do another $500 program and a $1,000 program, and it's incredible. You'll find some information on that if you do get back to the person that shared this with you. For $185, how would you like to try and put into place the business I've described to you to give you the potential to make something between 50 cents all the way up to $1 million? It's up to you. It's up to you how much or how little of that you want. That's why, if this is $1 million income, that's why each of those names, those 1,000 names, were worth $1,000 each to you. Write out a name, $1,000. Write out a name, $1,000. Write out a name, $1,000. Write out another name, $1,000. And that's your $1 million for writing those names. You didn't talk to 1,000 people. You identified 10% of them. You sent a video, and I talked to them. You didn't talk to them. You said, watch this. If you want to build this business, you need to learn 2 words. Here's the 2 words. Watch this. Send them a link. Call them in an hour. What did you like best? Are you ready to get started? They'll start at $10. They'll start at $35. They'll start at $85, $185. That's what I've described. There are 2 more programs we can do. I've kept it simple for tonight. So anybody on the planet can generate a $1 billion business for $185. I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope you find it useful. I hope you put it into practice. And I look forward to working with each and every one of you going forward. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us on this occasion. We'll see you again soon. Bye-bye. Ciao.